I'm going on Twitch. Twitch. Okay. So it's slowly coming together. Okay, looks like I'm live on all three. So just check it out. Yep. Okie doke. How's the voice? How's the sound? Let's just take a quick look. Slowly dripping in. People slowly dripping in. Just go on YouTube very quickly to check it out. Okay. How's the voice? Okay. How's the here? Okay. So we got one more minute. Don't worry. For those who are coming in a little bit later or coming in later for the replay, don't worry. I'll edit it out, just like the last couple live video, to get rid of all these ums and hums and waiting and so far and so on. Now, in today's live session, we're going to be talking about how we can grow our website authority. Now, in the last previous live video, I literally was just talking about how you can wireframe your entire website and showed you how you can actually start and build one with WordPress and Elementor Page Builder. Now, if you haven't watched that video, what are you waiting for? Make sure you go right back to it when this live video is ended. It is a great step-by-step tutorial that I'm pushing out every single weekend, every single Sunday, my bad, that preparing for how you guys can get a better idea, maybe even to start your own business and doing the same thing as I am, or you're thinking of maybe making an e-commerce website, selling your product, or simply you're working for a boss. It is all this is all for you guys. Actually, every single thing that I create is all meant for educating you guys. I'm sharing everything I've been doing for the past 6-7 years as a web developer, as a digital marketer, and as time goes on, I definitely believe that there are more and more people that need to have this kind of knowledge because we need to have online presence. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to stuff all my knowledge in this short hour. For those who are coming in later, who have never seen my video before, who doesn't know me, I'm Simon, and I've been doing digital marketing for the past 6-7 years. As a consultant and as an agency owner, I've been helping businesses to build out a brand and also to improve their sales and increase their lead counts through any means possible that I'm teaching you in my both my live video, my recorded YouTube videos, and of course my coaching platform, studywsimon.com. So every single Sunday right now, I'm trying to publish every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is pretty much the Asia time, 7 a.m. To talk a little bit about what I want to teach, what I want to share with you guys that may be beneficial for you and your business and so on. And in today's video, what we're going to be talking about is how you can grow your authority, grow your brand, grow your online authority through getting more content planned out for your business. What is that supposed to mean? Well, let me just share my screen really quickly. This is a Facebook page. A lot of people use Facebook page. And this is all the kind of content that you should be publishing. However, my main objective is always to not rely on social media channel just yet. Rather, I want to rely on my website content. So for example, website content, I have stuff like guides pages, how to create a flowchart, etc. These are additional pages. Tool pages, these are the tools that I recommend, and in some links I will make them into pages that will talk more about it in my own word, like this. In some pages, when I haven't finished creating, it will just be an affiliate link directly coming from my website. We're not talking about affiliate marketing today. We're really literally talking about how to grow your content. This is the third platform, third pillar of my coaching program, the growth strategies. Okay, this is what we're talking about today. This is it. Okay, so that's why I want to talk about this today. There's a good reason why you need to have something like this, because as Google, as Facebook, and as many other online platforms, they are constantly evolving. People deserve to see what they want to see. What is that supposed to mean? Basically, if your website is a website like my coaching program, then you probably want to see enough free stuff, enough guide from it, rather than just selling you my program and just throw my fist into your throat, just trying to jab it right in without even showing you what I am capable of. Now, in Google's term, they have came out with something called a Core Web Vital and all the other algorithm, which makes their robot to determine the quality of your pages by the type of stuff that you write. Now, a lot of my viewers, followers, they're generally doing online marketing, affiliate marketing, e-commerce, and they have their own services business. If you have those kind of business, you should consider yourself an authority figure. So which means you need to plan out what you're supposed to write. And I do get a lot of questions when I am doing consultation with my client. And they ask me, Simon, how exactly can I plan out my content? What exactly should I be writing? And this is why I want to show you today exactly what you should be doing. So, go to the whiteboard. Here we go. So, in order to grow your website authority, you need to plan out your content. So I'm going to use my website as an example again. We got the study with Simon.com. Okay. And this website talks about online coaching platform for business owners. Teaching, T-A-A-C-H-I-N-G, teaching, digital marketing. And anything around it. This is my main topic. My whole website is revolving around this entire sentence. So I can't really expect people to just like go onto my website and say, well, this is it, right? I can't tell people that I'm just gonna teach you how to position, productization, marketing, and so on and so forth, without letting them know what exactly that means, right? So every single pages that is linking out from the homepage has to relate to the sentences or the blocks that's on it, right? So, so let's revolve around it again. So the homepage, we got the homepage, which is this. Now we have several things. So for example, I got the trainings. I also got tools and also the guides. This is how I have planned out as my main three website navigations up top, right? Trainings, tools, guide. And of course, we got the contact, which is the free consultation. That is the call to action, the macro conversion page, which is very important, but it doesn't add anything else in between. Today we're really talking about in between, which is these three, okay? Especially the guides, especially this one. This is how we can grow more authority. But the second thing that towards it could be over here, and then towards here. The order goes by the number of stars. Okay? You do not necessarily have to come up with too many pages of the training pages. If I don't have to, sorry. I don't have to come up with that many pages of the training pages if I don't have enough pages from the guides. Because people like to get free stuff first. But if my paid stuff is my main focus, it will be a bit harder for me to convince them to buy my program. So what I need to do is to grow the guide. So I'm gonna start growing the guide. And my pen is going out of whack. Give me 1 second. Let's erase this. So we're gonna grow out of whack. Now, before I go on and plan out the rest of the making more content, I also want you guys to remember everything has to revolve back to here. Everything that I write, everything that's coming out from this bottom part has to go back to the training pages. Why is that? My main goal is to sell my program. I can't just rely on providing free content and hope I'll get paid. Right? I have to think about the end goal. The end goal is to sell my program. So use this as an example. If your end goal is to sell your product, right? If your end goal is to sell this laptop here, this Surface Pro 7 laptop from Microsoft, you can provide as many comparison blog posts, YouTube videos, even podcasts. But if you're not redirecting the viewers who have read to the end back to the training page. I mean the product page. You're not getting anything out of it. Traffic doesn't really mean anything anymore if you can't convert them. And this is the main thing that I want you guys to remember. Yes, it's important to provide free content. It's important to show where the authoritative figure of our website, of our brand. Yes, they're all very important. But at the same time, I want you guys to think about the end goal of doing this. The end goal of doing this is to sell your product, your service, your online coaching program, etc. So that's why you need to remember, no matter what you do, redirect them back to your product page from the guides, the blog post page, which is usually free content. And this is the paid content. Right? Tools can be free or paid. That's why it's in between. Alright, so that's my way of planning it out. Okay, so let's go a bit more specific. My coaching program is to sell digital marketing. But within digital marketing, I do have six major pillars that I want people to know what I'm teaching. Now, those who have been following my previous live videos have already learned about mapping out your goal, build out the framework, and today we'll talk about the growth strategy. And this is the kind of stuff I am teaching inside my coaching program as well. So which means I need to make sure within the training I have all six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have all 6 of them. And so everything that I'm talking about on the right hand side will then goes to the left hand side. So that is a bit easier now, right? It's a bit more clear. When I just tell you about that you should be making topic that will redirect into here, you may probably have a little bit harder idea of what should you write. I mean, I wrote about how to create a flowchart for your entire business. Well, I didn't finish writing yet. It's almost there. But I did a live video, right? If you don't have the time, do video, just like I'm doing. But this goes back to this. This is the flowchart. Map out your goal. I also have another guide that talks about WordPress tutorial, which I wrote a while back, April 29th. And obviously I need to switch out the video. But this will then lead back to my second pillar. So, and so on and so forth. The idea of planning things out is becoming more clear for me. And I hope it is the same for you. When you're following me, watching these videos, I don't want you to just watch and not doing anything. You're not going to get anything out of it. I want you to actually take out a pen, a piece of paper, and a pen, like this. Or draw it out with your Surface Pro, your iPad, whatever you want, and plan it out. Learn by doing, not by watching. You only learn by doing. So let's go back to the screen again. So if we want to talk about, if we want to plan out everything properly, that means I also need to make 6 different pillars. That's there. So to correspond to the 6 pillars of training program, right? Everything that I wrote, this is what HubSpot had came out, Hub and Spoke. You want to make sure whatever you're planning comes from a hub. In this case, this is the hub. Spokes are the how do I say, the articles that follows it. This way, when you have the little pages, you can then send it back. You can then send it back from here, right? I hope you guys get what I'm saying. But if you don't, allow me to further explain it. So what I mean by hub and spoke, we already have these 6 pillars, 6 topics that in the guide, it has to be correspond to the pages in the trainings. Okay? So whatever you're writing inside the guide section, or in your case, it could be a blog section. It could be anything. It could be a video section. Doesn't matter. You have to think about how it can relate back to the training program, a specific training modules. That's how I wrote the arrows from here to here and then to here, right? So when I talk about how to build a framework, right here, map out your goals, start your business on the right foot. In my live video, I then talked about how to create a flowchart for your entire business. So that's my blog post number 1. We would then use the same method to think about what to write for article number 2, the second guide. That would follow the A pillar. Now, you could organize it like this. You don't have to. This is just the way I plan things out. But because I plan things out from top to bottom, everything is a web weave together that allows for Google robots to freely search without breaking apart. Also allowing the visitors to stay on the website for much longer period of time. What that also means for me is that I have a higher chance to convert them eventually to get them into this. To get them into the contact page. Or to let them purchase directly from the training page. Right? So that's either way. You want to think about growing your website authority or growing your brand authority, not just from how well educated you are, how good you are in your field, but also think about as a web, an entire web for your visitor to go in and keep on reading, keep on browsing, keep on watching. Just like when you're watching a YouTube video, for example, where is my YouTube? When you're watching a YouTube video, for example, it's the same idea. There's playlists. There's a whole bunch of playlists that you want to make people to watch. Because you want people to keep on staying on there. That's how YouTube rank your YouTube video. And because I didn't pay a lot of attention into this. I regret it for not doing this properly before. I now decided to rework everything back. So whatever you're seeing from me right now online, I'm working together with you guys to rebuild my brand authority. This is the entire journey that I want you guys to go through with me. Right? I don't want you guys to just watch and not learn anything from it. No, that's not how you should be doing. The pandemic is still going on. It's not over yet. Guys, even though in Canada, in Toronto at least, the second stage is slowly opening up next week, literally in 3 days, things are not going back to normal the way it was before, back in 2019 anymore. 2020 was a full year of pandemic that we had to stay home and work from home. And most of us lost their job. And I feel you. I do feel you. I lost a lot of my clients during the time as well. So that's why I'm putting this out for you guys, right? Every single week, every single Sunday, I want to take half an hour, maybe an hour max, to sit down with you guys to talk about how maybe this extra skill that you're learning from me could be beneficial for you and your family. Because things will continue to grow online. It will not die. People will not go back the way it was. Ubers, all those other platforms that are doing things delivery online, it's not gonna go out of business anytime soon. If you are running a restaurant, those who are watching, you can actually learn to build your site to become a Uber kind of platform. In fact, I can help you just doing the ad, like I'll be talking about next week, teaching you how to utilize the power of ads and send people to your own booking website, your own ordering website, and not lose out those 30-40% upcharges from those platforms. Those platforms exist because they step out the comfort zone ahead of time. I know it's hard. That's why I'm doing this. I want to help you guys. Anyways, enough said. Let's go back to the screen. So if we have a page like this, if we have a page like this that goes back to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and then we got a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and maybe even more 1, 2, 3, right? All of which, the more stuff that you write, not rewrote, or you will be writing, the more people will believe you. And the more people believing you, well, not believing you at first, maybe aware of you, maybe they get interested by you, and then eventually they think, hey, you might be the person who can solve their problem. Then they will trust you and purchase your product, your services, and whatever you're selling. That's the main goal here, right? And so I don't want you to stress yourself out. Like, even for myself, I am replanning everything out based on the new framework that I have created. During the time of pandemic, I've changed a lot. My copy, my website design, and the program I'm selling, I've changed a lot. It's a tons of changes I'm making, which means a lot of previous designs or previous content, they're all being changed. So I understand it may be a little bit frustrating for a lot of people. That's why I want to teach you to plan it out. When you plan it out like this, you won't worry too much. Not worry too much. You won't be scared. So keep this one in mind, okay? Keep this one in mind. This is the main framework I want you to remember. This is the way to grow your online authority. Let's talk about a little bit more in depth of how we should plan it out. So we got 7 days of a week, right? 7 day a week. We got Sunday. We got Monday. We got Tuesday. Yeah, those who are watching replay, they can just fast forward to the timestamp I'll be putting in at the editing. Friday, and then last but not the least, Saturday. Okay? Disregard what actual day it is. You don't need later, you don't need any other software to plan things out. All you need is piece of pen and paper. Pen and paper, or even your Google Calendar. Okay? What I like to do is utilize Sunday as my planning day. Planning. Wait, I spelled it wrong. Planning. Come on. Erase. Planning day. Sunday is my planning day. It also is my video live recording. And at the same time, because I'm using a program called OneStream, I can simultaneously put out the live video on YouTube, on Facebook, and Twitch. You can even do it on LinkedIn. You can even do it on Instagram. But because LinkedIn Live only allows you to do 10 minutes, so a lot of time my live recording goes up to an hour or so. So I like to stick with YouTube, Facebook page, and Twitch. But then afterward, I'll take those video and I'll edit them with my editor and then throw them out. So let's not use the same line here. Or we could. Should I? Okay, that's not. Once the video recording is done, I will know, okay, what am I going to do on Monday? Monday is usually where I have to deal with client work. So I'll make sure I have to deal with client work. Which means there's no time for myself. So I'm not going to do anything for myself. So within the next 5 days, I need to make sure I publish one of these content. Okay? But because I did the live video, which means I will have somewhat an idea of how I should be writing my post, my guide. Then I will post it up on Wednesday. Guide production. When I mean production, it could be just the writing part. It could be just the keyword part. It could be already the editing part. Publish day for guide. I skip a day in between because a lot of time I still have to deal with client work, CW. Client work, CW. On a Saturday, this is usually my off day. Work from home is a little bit different, right? I hope you guys can see this. Let me just... You guys can see this properly, right? Work from home is a little bit hard, but I still try to throw Saturday as my off day and Sunday back to work day, right? If you guys can do this, you can then swap around on how you should be doing this. Ideally, ideally, if I produce video on Sunday, on Friday I will have the same content, written content, published on the same week. Which means within 1 month I will have 4 guides. I will have 4 blog posts. This is the ideal world because I am working so much on my client work, on my client's website. It's a bit difficult for myself to do things for my own company, which is wrong. I think for any business, this is a bad loop. If we cannot, I just bit my tongue. If we cannot spend time and grow our own company, which is the main topic of today's topic. If we cannot spend time in growing our company, we will stay inside the loop. We'll stay inside the loop and not being able to grow in the next month, the month after, and so on and so forth. If you find that you have no time to do anything, you need to reconsider how to schedule your week. I know at this point people will be telling me, Simon, I have kids. Simon, I have my wife, my husband, my mom, my dad, my grandpa, my grandfather, my other work, and so on and so forth. Yes, I totally get that. I am fairly lucky that I don't have any kids right at this moment. So I'm able to put full attention into growing my business. Those who have the obligation, unfortunately, you have to squeeze out a little bit of time to do things that you plan, that you want to do. Give me 1 second. Let me just have a sip of water. You see, I want a supercar. Car that's just roaming around in downtown Toronto all time, all day long. So that's why I work hard. This may not be your dream, but if your goal is to eventually be freeing yourself and spend more time with the loved one, with your family, and do things that you want, I guess that's why you're watching. I guess that's why you're spending your precious time with me on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, on this Sunday afternoon or evening, perhaps. So I want you guys to think about, if this is your goal, if this is your dream, then you need to plan things out for yourself. Now, thankfully, we can ask for help. I often hire people not within the country. I know it sounds bad. I totally get that we should be providing more working opportunity for people locally. It's not that easy, guys. It's very expensive. A minimum wage in Toronto is $15 per hour. And if I were to hire them for 5 days, for 8 hours per day, that's 40 hours. Maybe that doesn't sound like much, but when you add up all the other thing all together, like I need to have people who's doing my my keyword research for me. I need to have the actual content writer. I need to have a videographer, editor as well. If I had to hire all these people separately from Toronto, from people locally, I can go bankrupt within the first month. I am serious about it. Now, let's put you in my situation. You want to start a business, but you have family, you have other obligations, which means you don't have a lot of expenditure. So if you were to hire someone locally, again, you can't afford them. This is the hardest truth, but you do need to understand you need to hire people, but someone who's a bit more affordable. That's why you go on to a website like Upworks, Fiverr, and Facebook. Even there's a lot of people on Facebook group. I'm not saying they're bad. It's just they're in different countries. They do get paid differently. They have different expectation. But that doesn't mean their quality is subpar. No, they're awesome. As long as you tell them exactly what to do, you're great. You're great. I mean, Tim Ferriss, for example, his 4-hour work weeks rely heavily on offshore people. I call him my mentor, Ryan Stewart, who has the blueprint training. His idea of planning everything else, what inspired me to do all these planning. I would say 80% of it is all inspired by him. He utilizes offshore people a lot too. Eventually, he has enough money to hire local people, and that's my goal as well, right? So, but that just means it gives you guys an opportunity to hire these people as long as you know what to tell them to do. And this is exactly what I want to teach you guys. I want to teach you guys from up here all the mentality, all the right skill, all the fundamental skills, so that when you hire these people or anybody internally, or if you're a boss, you're not hiring, but you're asking your staff to do these things. They don't know what to do. You can actually share what you learn from me. Or vice versa. If you're an employee, you want to get higher pay from your boss. Hey, tell them that, hey, you're able to do the web design for them. You're able to do SEO. You're able to do paid ad because you've learned how to do that. If they agree, you get paid more, right? So I'm not trying to ramble on too much. I'm just trying to say this. It is very important to learn extra skills like this. It will make you gain more benefit, no harm, right? So that's that. So if we're going back to the screen again, I will then, because I'm able to do this, I already have the idea of how to do this. A lot of my work can be substituted by my offshore people. Offshore. OS. Offshore. Now, I'm not saying all the things have to be handled. If you're my clients, if you're watching this, please don't feel like I just put all my work to my offshore guy. No. A lot of creative stuff I like to pay a lot more attention to. I do it. A lot of things that is a bit more repetitive, like how to find a keyword. If you go back and watch my YouTube video, you should know. I teach people how to find a keyword. I record a whole lot of video. I have a lot of videos. Right? I teach people how to find keywords. So like that's the way I teach. That's the way I do things. And that's the way I get the benefit. I have these things recorded and then just send it off to them for them to do the repetitive stuff, and then everything is in the Google Sheet. And when you are writing content, like for example, production, I can then hire offshore to deal with this, and also offshore to deal with this. The editing, everything. I have a videographer that I work closely with, so he can help me do the editing. I just have to film like this. I'm also thinking of doing podcasts. So I need a way to separate out the MP3. Luckily, uh, what is this? Final Cut Pro, DaVinci Code. I don't know which program I have on my computer. I'm not great at it, but all I need is the MP3 file, right? I can do that myself. I don't need to hire people to do offshore because, if you're able to do something, you save some money, even though it's just a little bit. Anyways, I digress. So if I'm able to push out client work, it's still me, right? I still got myself. Me. I still got myself inside every single. Oh, this is definitely me. I still put myself into every single day of work. It may not totally be my effort anymore because I can't be everywhere. I can't be putting all my attention into one client's project or my own blog post writing, guide writing, content writing, creation, and so on and so forth. My brain will die if I continue doing too much all by myself, right? But I know by investing these, I will then be able to build my authority and rank on Google. Building authority is almost equivalent to ranking on first page of Google now. If your content has the right keyword and you organize it properly, and don't worry, I'll be teaching this all in my coaching program, my YouTube video, my Facebook page, and so on and so forth. Glimpse here and there. Anyways, I will not be spending too much money on ads. And you guys get all of this from just watching with me every single Sunday around this time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And really, really, really think about if this is something that you want to do. If you want to sell your service, if you want to get into e-commerce, or if you're working for a company and you're hoping to get more raised, this is your opportunity. This is extra skills that you can improve your offering. And so your boss will pay you more. Everything all together will be taught inside my coaching program. Right? Everything's all inside the coaching program. That's exactly what I want you guys to remember. Right? Everything here is meant to help you guys. I have, luckily, good amount of people, liking my work. And I know you can get the same thing. You can do the same thing as well. I truly believe that. All these things, I break it down into very easy, digestible content. And on every Sunday, we just sit down, have a cup of coffee, tea, and we just chat away, right? And I know there will be a time where more of you guys would agree with my work, would agree the method I'm teaching. It's not for everybody. The way I think about things, the way I plan things out, it may not work for everybody. I know that not everybody has the same philosophy. I hope my way can provide some value to you guys. Right? That's the whole thing. That's the whole reason why I wanted to do this live every Sunday. Now, I should be doing the Chinese version very soon. I promised my Chinese friends that I will put out multilingual, at least bilingual, Chinese Mandarin is another language that I am a bit more fluent in. But teaching digital marketing on with Chinese, it's a bit different. It's a bit more difficult. So I definitely will need some time to really maybe script out what I should be saying. So, this is the end of the live video for today. Today is Sunday, June 27, 2021. We're already halfway through 2021. We're going into July, which is the second half of 2021. And so I hope that you guys will go back to the previous video, which is right there. Yeah, there. And continue watching what I have prepared for you guys. There is a playlist right down here. There. That you guys can go back and keep on watching. If you're on YouTube, obviously, and if you're on Facebook, then you can go back into the page and check out the video sections. Now I'll be running ads, so you guys will be seeing this boosted ads, $5, very cheap. For those who are not able to see it when I'm doing live, but if you do want to continue watching and following me, make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe, and click the notification bell, and so that every single week, whenever the live video is up, or when I have the recorded version, you will be the first person to notify. And so I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday, and make sure to stay tuned for the next week's live video. And please go back and rewatch this video if you want to start planning out your content for your website. All right, that's it. Peace. I'll see you guys next week.